Hey, welcome back to my RC channel. Right now I'm going live. I'm still in the process of setting up. Uh, Trying to make sure I can hear, or well, more likely you guys can hear. So I'm working on this, and hang tight because I'm going to be opening up this RC10 here. Trying to see if I can hear everything. Yeah, this is cool. All right. All right. How's your guys' weekends going so far? So far, I've had an interesting one. I finally dug into a box my folks had sent me that had my classic RC10 gold chassis in it. This Mamma Jamma here. Pretty sweet stars and stripes livery. But yeah, I finally dug into it. And this car has a lot of issues. Apparently, I was pretty hard on. Apparently, I was pretty hard on my cars when I was a 11 or 12-year-old. It's got a pretty cool livery though. I think it's actually pretty funny because I'd sent my dad a car that I'd worked on a little bit to get him hopefully racing, and I don't know. It was a very similar paint job, but I opened this up and did find that there was kind of a lot going on with this kit. It is missing quite a few parts, you know, pieces of the shocks here, and oh, just a whole bunch of little stuff, and all sorts of little pieces were distorted. Um, and the chassis. The chassis was anything or is anything but straight. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it has a pretty good bow to it. Because, yeah, very tough on my cars as a kid. Um, that being said, it did get me really excited to be working on an RC10, old gold pan car. And I will be working on that one. But that's going to be a lot more work to turn into a runner. I want to source original parts to get it going and work on that. Yeah, you should recognize that one. You're the one that sent it to me, Mama Bear. How are you guys doing? Thanks for tuning into my RC Live. And anyways, I was really excited to be kind of getting this thing running, and I will be working on it. Finding parts has been a little bit more challenging than I expected. So I went ahead and bought the re-release. So today, I'm going to be opening this live. And checking it out. So, you know, it's a cool looking box. Let me get the centered over here. Don't really have a plan for the show today. So this is the 40-year anniversary release kit. It's exactly the same kit, or as close as you can get, as the original OG 80s kit. Just some good views of the box here. Yeah, cool artwork for that box. A little bit of the story about Team Associated on the side, some pictures of the OG cars. Let's see here. What do we got? Yeah, I guess it's reading time. Well, I should probably get my glasses on for this. How are you guys doing today? Probably won't see your messages until a little bit after, so please don't be offended if it takes me a little bit to get to them. But anyways, race the car that changed RC off-road racing forever. On December 5th, 1984, the all-American design Team Associated RC10 was introduced to the RC world, being the first to take home the gold in both the ROAR National and IFMAR two-wheel drive world championships. The RC10 secured its place as a legend in RC car history. This year, 2024, marks the 40th anniversary of RC10. So apparently this has been out for about a year, which is cool. Actually, this was a tough kit to find. My local hobby shop has had it sitting on the shelf for a while. I've been rolling over it since I found out that the OG gold pan was around still. Anyways, let's see. Marks the 40th anniversary of the RC10, and we are proud to offer the special limited 40th anniversary edition kit. Staying true to the original, this anniversary kit features the same race car technology introduced in the 1980s. It's that innovation that has kept Team Associated on top of the RC racing world for the past 40 years. Yeah, pretty cool. And, a whole bunch of stuff about that. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. As my boy Kevin Talbot says, the techno battle. But, yeah. Let's get this thing cracked open a little bit. Whoa. Oh, I just got a table on my way. As you can see, this is my RC10T. That is a reissue of the old OG card. My Team Associated drift card. And I will be fixing up this OG gold pan. Oops. So, that will be coming. That's going to be a slow process finding all the parts I need. I actually kind of have a feeling that maybe Grandpa BB is going to have most of the parts just kind of in his toolbox sitting around for that. But we'll see. We'll see what I can get off of him. I have quite a few projects not projects, but I've been playing a lot with ready to runs lately. And those are, maybe a lot less interesting to have videos on. But let's get started. I'm excited, guys. All right. Just crack the seal. It's on now. I'm like Donkey Kong. I got two more. Oh yeah. Trying to keep the box nice. I did notice that it's got a little bang on the corner here. It's kind of interesting in these collector's cars. The boxes stay valuable for a little bit. What do we got here on the messages? Yeah, I used to race against the RC10 when they first came out. All the parts should be in the box he sent. Yeah. There's a bunch of parts in there. But there are still some parts I gotta find. Some turnbuckles and stuff. All right, let's see. We got a big 40th anniversary logo here. Move you guys in just a little bit. All right, got a big 40th anniversary logo up here in the corner. You guys can see that. Oh, it's hard to get the lighting right. There she is. What's this one? Is that a 60? 60, can't see it in the camera. Can't see without my eyes on. Let's see. 60th anniversary for Team Associated. So it's 40 years of RC10, 60 years of Team Associated. All right, and the first bag in this is wheels and tires. The RC10 has these really cool speed lock three-piece wheels that hold the tires on, without any glue. Most modern, yeah, let's see here. Is that better? All right. Most modern RC cars come with like glue-on tires. You have to glue the tires to the rims, which is cool. It's very secure and lightweight and very high performance. But we go through a lot of rims, and then like say you break a rim, you can't just put the tire on a different rim, so that's kind of a bummer. But it's the way things are now. Alright, so first bag is the tires. Second bag we got in here is the shocks. And Team Associated makes some of the most bestest shocks ever since even the 80s. They really are some of the smoothest, best made shocks that you can get. Some of the aftermarket monster truck companies that I did a build for um, suggested to use the Team Associated shocks. I, of course, use Traxxas GTR shocks, so they didn't fit quite right. But they were all like, man, you gotta use Team Associated because they're the best. And I believe them. Best Thunder Tech Racing. Yeah, Blockbuster build I did. Anyways, here's the shock bag. Hopefully that music isn't too loud. What do you think, Mama? Is that music too loud? All the parts on trees. All that gold anodized in there. Yeah. Alright, let's just stay open. I just don't want to bend the box. Oh, that's something I've never gotten out of any of my team cars here. The driver figure. That's cool. We'll be painting that up soon. And we got buried in here a little bit. The body. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, good. It's not in a sealed bag, so I can actually rip this thing out of here. Look at that. Yeah. Pretty cool. I've always liked the shape of these RC10 bodies. Very cool. Let's see. Do the new ones, does the re-release come with a protective seal coat? Let's see. Kind of feels like it does. It does. The new ones do come with a peel coat. I don't know if the old ones did come with a peel coat. So you can just paint that. I'll probably paint it to match my RC10T up there. I don't know. Might paint it with the good old stars and stripes to match this body. And to be honest, I don't remember if I painted this or if my dad painted it. That's been a number of years to say the least. But it kind of looks like a young me work right here. Kind of have some vague memories of maybe cutting this out with some sheet metal shears, and maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Memory is an interesting thing like that. Interesting beast. And we've got the battery tray, and excuse me. I will not be running this truck on lithium. I'm sorry, on nickel metal hydrides or NiCads. I'm going to be running this still on some lithium polymer HV batteries that I use in my T, the industry standard now. So I'll probably be printing a battery tray for it. I got some people coming over to look at that printer, and I'm going to be teaching them how to use it because they're going to probably leave with it. And let's see here. Control arms. These are the rear control arms, pivot blocks, and some bushings. I got the dog bones and drive cups in there. All sorts of little baby paper thin shims. Axle carriers. The main rear bulkhead and bag D. Fiberglass rear shock tower. The upper brace. Rear body mount. I do kind of wonder how similarly packaged these are. I imagine that they're not packaged in any kind of same other fashion. Get the wing. Got another bag here. It's got the motor mount and some transmission parts. This is bag C. It's probably one of the earlier ones in the build. Got some differential parts in here. The cool gold anno. Yeah. I had considered scavenging this kit for all the parts I would need to restore the OG gold pan. because you know, those things are pretty special. I will be scouring eBay and Facebook Marketplace to find all the little bits to make that a runner. It really doesn't need that much stuff, like some steering links and some shock pivots. To make it real nice, it might need some shock shafts. I definitely need to find some wheels and tires for it, and straighten the chassis out a little bit, or you know, replace it. I started throwing parts in my cart on A-Main Hobby just to see what it would be, and it, you know, after about the $250 mark, to make it really nice, I just decided to pick up the new kit. So, anyways, and then bag B, we got the front steering knuckles, the front control arms, the front shock tower, and all the screws and pivot pins and ball studs. Interesting how the new tags have a VAG letter and a weight. I wonder if they inspect these boxes by weight to make sure everything's in there. All right. We got bag A, which is the nose plates. Nose plates, some ball studs, a couple of screws and spacers, a lock nut in there. And the main character of the show, I guess you'd say, is the gold pan chassis. Now this is the 40th anniversary, so we got a seal of authenticity. a label of authenticity right there. A little holographic guy with some Team Associated laser etching there. Pretty cool. I might, you know what? Before I get rid of this laser machine, I should custom etch this. Do some kind of cool MyRC live stuff on here. But let's see. Let's see how similar these are. This is a pretty cool comparison opportunity. Alright. Very similar. The corners on the new kit are a little bit more crisp in these corners here. And otherwise, even the areas where the sheet metal is sheared off, I know quite a bit more about sheet metal manufacturing these days than I did back then. But even the area here, the micro joint or the, the the seam where the shear pieces are bolted together is in about the same place as on the OG one. The OG one doesn't look like it was sandblasted. It was line grained, whereas the new one is a sandblast finish underneath that anodized. So that's an interesting change. The new ones are stamped with a 40 right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is stamped 40 right there. Whereas this guy, it is stamped A. And what that actually means is this is the first production run chassis. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe I'll straighten this thing out. Let's see here. That would be kind of a fun project. But to give you an idea of how bent that is. Yeah. It's pretty tough on this thing as a child. Yep. Boom. Oof. About to get a chassis protector. It is pretty. Let's see. All the holes seem to be the same inside. This corner radius here is a little. The corner radius here is a little bit more rounded than it is here. Now on the old chassis, that looks to be welded and then hand finished. It might be a bend, and the die might have just been a little sharper there. Something else that I do think is a little bit interesting is this corner inside on the new pan is pretty sharp and consistent, and like the form down inside here is real crisp. And looking inside the OG pan, you can see down in that corner, it's a little rounded, quite a bit more rounded actually. So if you guys are looking at one of these cars and you're trying to decide whether it's a newer or an older chassis, to make sure it's the dad painted it. Okay. Make sure that it's an original. You know, those might be some things that you would look for. The form in that. All right. Let's see here. What else have we looking at? Is there anything else in here? The dog bone I just dropped out of there. Woo! Ouch. Alright. And the last but not least, we have the tools and the sticker sheet. Pretty cool. Oh, there's a couple more bags in here I missed. What is this? Rod ends. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm kind of kicking myself because for those links, all it is the ball cup. It's a 440 threaded rod, not adjustable. So I could have gone away with that. That thing does have some turnbuckles and stuff on it, so I could probably build those steering links pretty easy. And then I got servo mounts and steering linkage. All right, cool. Now I don't have any electronics for it necessarily. I have some stuff sitting around I might just use, but I really did strongly consider scavenging parts off of this to get that one running and get that one like perfect. But then it's just gonna be so many of the parts that I feel like it's just not really a restoration. It's more like I don't even know. Just it would be mostly new car, I guess. And I'd really like it to be just as much the original car as possible, especially being the A-pan. So, you know, I'll probably spend some time straightening that out, but it's going to take a fair amount of work to get it straight. Um, I remember hitting some curves with it. Now, they did send it to me. They said this is from my folks. I think it was Dad's car, and then he let me drive it. I crashed it a lot. Probably crashed it a couple times, to say the least. Um, but yeah, so that is an opening of the RC10 40th Anniversary Edition kit. They do also have the clear version where all the plastic is clear and all the anno instead of gold is clear. And so that's a pretty interesting kit. I did notice that those kind of dropped a lot in value. They're not like these ones. I almost didn't open this because the guy at the hobby shop where I got it, Discount Hobby in Escondido, Johnny Boy was telling me that back when they did the 30th, I think he said it was the 30th. Could be mistaken. It might have also been the 40th. The first time he said this is the second time they've released the 40th anniversary kit, and he said that when it went out of production, he was able to get $700 for his, still sealed up perfect in the box at the swap meet. So kind of made me like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't open this thing. But at the same time, you only live once. I'm gonna freaking drive it. Maybe it's gonna get driven. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna build this car and not drive it. Um, I probably will do either a matching paint scheme uh, with my reissue of the RC10T. Big Tech, Precision Prototype Manufacturing, where I work now. Now this kit here, it is a reissue of the 1992, I believe, kit, the RC10T, and it's extremely similar. I actually considered taking this one apart and using this one to fix that one up, but I don't like killing cars. I really don't. It's just I can't do it. I'd rather sell them or give them away or trade them and not just kill a perfectly good running car. I've got one that I didn't mind, which was the what is it, a WPL Suzuki, and I think that's going to be a cool, a cool rock crawler body. I don't have anything to put it on right now. I did, but you know, chopping and swapping. I ended up trading the chassis that I was going to build this car on. They've recently released the Samurai, or this is actually a Jimmy that has the soft top, and I learned how to drive one of those guys. Suzuki Samurai. I don't remember the year exactly. I want to say it was a 1987 Suzuki Samurai Special Edition, and that is what I learned how to drive in. And that car, I've actually been considering finding one and trading my Harley for it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cause the reason I'm offloading the toys is because we are, and by toys I mean the motorcycle, a 3D printer. I already sold my 3D scanner, getting rid of my extra computer monitors, and just some random stuff that I have around. Not the real toys, the toys. Go figure. But we're planning on moving to Arizona, so lighten the load, get some money for that. But I'm gonna keep as much of the collection as I can, and or give it to people. Uh, you know, give it to people, give it away. Sell them. I don't know. We'll see. I might consider trading a couple. It's just really difficult to pick which ones are which, because they're all really fun. They're all just so much fun, especially the drift cars. Oh yeah! You guys are in the North County, San Diego area. And you're into the RC Drift, make sure you get over to Postal RC Drift and go spend a couple hours over there. If you're not into RC cars and you want to check it out, you want to see what the drift scene is about, you can rent a car over there. He rents them for $10 for 10 minutes, and then I believe you can get half an hour for $20. Don't quote me on that. Well, actually, you quote me on that. In fact, last I heard, he said that if you popped in there and said that you subscribed to my channel, that he might give you a free 10-minute test session. So keep that in mind. Hopefully that deal is still going. If he happens to be watching, maybe he can pop into the comments and say what's up, and let me know if he's still rolling that. Let's see. I wish I could see those comments over there, but I'm across the room from the computer. This guy. What else we got? This is my daughter's truck. My 4-year-old daughter's SCX-24 crawler. I was actually playing with this today a little bit. These are a lot of fun for a $99 kit. It's a very good quality. It comes with a nice remote, nice electronics, and because it's the updated one, GoPro body mounts. That's pretty cool. and it's pink. Although her favorite color is blue, I still like loading her up with the pink stuff because, you know, I'm about feminizing my daughter. It's 2025. It's not enough of that going around. Not that I judge, but, you know, I'm going to raise her like a woman. Uh, this is also her truck. I have recently, just today, at the same time picking up this RC10 kit. I've been letting her drive the Mini Max here, which is a bit much for her. It's a little bit powerful for her. She's very lead-footed, like her dad, her mom, her grandpa, her grandma on my side. And, you know, it just kind of runs in the family. But that being said, she hasn't learned so much to steer. But I have been letting her drive this thing, and these Mini Maxes are, you know, in stock form, they're practically indestructible. I've just been beating the crap out of it. I've been letting her beat the crap out of it. The thing is, it's actually quite fast. This car is cool because it does come with the clipless body system. So no clips, just a couple of clips, latches, a couple of latches underneath, and it comes off. But if you notice, that is a full-size motor in there from a 10th scale car. This is smaller than a 10th scale car. It does come with 10th scale shock, 10th scale differentials, 10th scale motor. I feel like a Blues Brother. And 10th scale everything in a 1/16 scale package. This thing, though, I'm going to slow it down by putting in a Hobby Wing 16th Fusion uh, motor system, which is an integrated ESC and motor system in a small 370 can. I would rip that out, but I didn't plan on kind of like talking about all the cars, but I guess it needs some filler time because it's only been, how long have I been on? 32 minutes. I guess I could probably stop. But we're starting talking about these cars. So you know what? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's keep talking about these cars, huh? Let me get this camera out. Yeesh. So where I had originally intended it. Alright, so we talked about what? We talked about RC10T. We talked about, oh, this is a Team Associated. I've been on a Team Associated kit. It's my drift car here. My team car for Coastal Drift RC. Oops. Is a Team Associated DC10. It is their team car. But this is a Yokomo body painted by Phil. The decals were applied by Henry, and then I did the light kits. I'm sure you guys have heard plenty about this because we're all pretty proud of them. So get everything turned on here. Oh, there. The lights are out of light. I did 12 bulb LEDs. There's 12. There's 6 LEDs per head by MA. 3D printed taillight housings. It's kind of difficult to see in this light, but it goes. And then we have East Side Bay sliders backfire kit in there. Well, this is the Team Associated DC10 drift car. This thing's been treating me pretty well. I made a 3D printed front bulkhead there to just kind of smooth out the look of it. Carbon fiber chassis. And I do run it with the motor in the upward position with the ESC in the very back. I'm using the Hobby Wing D10 motor and Z-Run. What is that? Anyway, it's the Hobby Wing, the Hobby Wing Drift ESC. But this car has been phenomenal. It works pretty good. Couple of things. Gear it down. It's way over geared from the factory, at least for smaller tracks. And I was using just a really fast, like normal touring car racing servo when I first did it, and it ended up with a lot of jittering. So I switched over to the the Yokomo drift servos, and they have some built-in programming that dampens the return. So you turn and it goes fast, but then as it returns, when you go back to neutral, it comes home slow, which is cool. And pair that up with the Yokomo gyro for Phil and the drift track, the owner of Coastal RC Drift in Carlsbad, in the Carlsbad Mall, inside the Ninja Exchange. Make sure if you get down there, give me a shout out. Hit that track. It's a lot of fun. You can just spend hours and hours and hours. Highly recommend getting your own car and going down there. You know, then you get to make what you want and make it the way you want it. And it's a lot of fun. This is the first release. Came with all the blue anno bits. They have recently came out with a ready to run version of this, which a lot of that aluminum was replaced with plastic. I haven't looked at one yet, like in person, like up and close. I don't know if those have plastic shocks or if they keep these super nice shocks. Oh my gosh, the Associated always has the nicest shocks. Anyways, so that is the drift car. That's my other Team Associated kit. Let's see, what else we got here? I have been playing mostly with. Back on. Got the Gorilla magnetic mount kit in here. It's quite strong. Sometimes it's a little too strong. All right. Yeah. And you guys that are fairly regular to my channel probably recognize the Traxxas Rally. Since the last time I was on, I put some Proline Badlands tires on it. You have to trim the body a little bit to get those to fit up in there. But boy, oh boy, they got a lot of traction, and the extra diameter gives it a little bit of extra ground clearance. It seems like they have nice firm foam in there, so that is a bonus. You know, in certain circumstances, if you got a nice, fairly smooth, consistent track, the stiff foam in there, you know, makes the car a little more edgy. But there's a lot done to this car here. I have this on my Sanwa radio. I actually have the Max, I think it's a Max 10 short course truck ESC in here. The ready to run version. There's a guy on eBay that sells those for super cheap. And I have an oversized four pole motor there. I don't remember the kV of it. I want to say that was a 4200 kV, but I also have that fancy racing servo that I had on the drift car originally in this car, and that actually works really well. I've also got a metal motor mount on this guy, and put in the center diff, which replaces the slipper, and then also the MIP CVDs in there. You guys can see those super heavy duty CVDs instead of the plastic axles that are usually in the back of these things. You got the hard anodized GTR shocks on this guy. And this car actually handles phenomenal. I do have the hot racing sway bar kit in it with the red bars, the soft bars front and rear, just to kind of dampen the fishtail that would happen with this thing. Little techno drive shaft, which seems to be rubbing on my motor plug just a little bit there. If you guys are wondering, it is a black spring on the back and on the front. Excuse me, I have 35. Ooh, the thirst coming off this thing making me choke. Excuse me. I have 30 weight oil on the back, 35 weight oil on the front to just kind of mellow out the steering and make it so you actually have to use the brakes. It is the clipless body, the newer version, the one with the heavy duty knuckles and stuff, which made it a pain in the butt to put those MIPs in. What do you got here? Yacht Master, hey buddy, good to see ya. What's happening, doggy? How you doing? How's everybody doing out there today? All right. So that is that Traxxas Rally. This is another Traxxas Rally. This one's the OG Traxxas Rally that I purchased off of eBay for Grandpa BB when I decided to get. Actually, I bought this for myself and then realized that I wanted to start fresh with the real deal. So I gave it to Grandpa BB so that we could have comparable cars to play with, and he did a bunch of work for this thing. But it was originally a speed run car, and I think I found the YouTube channel that belonged to. I'm not gonna, excuse me, I'm not gonna shout it out right now because I don't remember what it was. But I kind of ran across it, and it happened to have the same wheels, tires, body as that car on that YouTube channel. If you look up Traxxas Rally 4S, you'll probably see it on there. But Grandpa BB is a pretty good tuner. He's done quite a bit of work for this car. He's also got a electric motor mount. They are all electric. All my cars are electric. I don't deal with gas. But he's got a metal motor mount in here as well. Some kind of fancy racing motor. What is that? A Surpass. That is a Surpass. Was not censored, but it does have a heat sensor on there. Let me get a flashlight. Like I said, you guys all know, if you're a regular in my channel, you know that this is the Watch Me Look for My Tools channel. Watch me look for my tools, guys. What the heck is that? So the thing about Raiders is, when you get up to look for stuff, you can't see far away with them. You can't see near without them. Where in the heck are my lights? Anyways, never mind on that. Don't know what the KV is. What the KV is on this. I'm assuming it's like a 3800. And it has a Rocket RC waterproof ESC. It looks like it's also a Max 10 variant. But he said he didn't like it. Wasn't very smooth, so. Oh man, the dust on these cars. This one still has a plastic drive shaft. There's a slipper in it. He's also got the same Hot Racing sway bar kit on here. He's got the blue bars. And the last time we ran these cars, this car had a big problem hooking up. It was very fishtaily. So he actually started working on a different short course truck, turning it into a rally car for us to go play. I think he was doing a. It'll come to me later after I sign off, I'm sure. What was it? Can't even remember. Not even gonna try because I was just gonna say a whole bunch, and let's avoid that. But that was pretty cool. Yeah, the dust and the coming off these cars is really hitting me. That's so professional on my YouTube channel. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional, guys. I'm a total amateur. I don't even care. I'd say I just started, but that'd be kind of a thing. Oh, stoked on this one. This is my latest score. This is a Traxxas E-Revo. This is an OG Traxxas E-Revo. Brushless edition. This, I scored it for $200. Not running. I don't have clips on the body. It's not actually distorted like that. This thing is actually in really good shape. You run on 6S. And check out the name on that ESC. Castle. So this is so old that as before Traxxas really started doing brushless stuff of their own. So Castle made the ESC for them, gave them an ESC. I believe it's the original Mamba, and then it came with this huge motor too. I should pull out a normal 540 size motor so we can see that. I think I got one sitting right here. Yes, I do. The Tegan. Uh, mm-hmm. All right. This is an old school Tegan brushless. It's not that old school, but you know it is compared to the things. Not old school like the 80s, but old school like the early thousands. So that is the normal size for RC car motor. You see that? That motor inside this thing, about another quarter long. How would I say it? The normal 540 size motor is about 3/4 of the length of this motor, and the diameter is quite a bit bigger. Heck yeah, it was a good score, $200. And let me see if I can find the plug. Why it didn't work. I have to be careful, guys, because you can't see me, but I know you can hear me because I got this headset on. I must have tossed it, but the soldering was really bad. They had replaced the plug. Now when I see 60, a little baby one, so I got these Dean's plugs on here that I just had sitting around, resoldered it, and this truck runs and drives and works perfect. Not like brand new, but perfect. So that was a good deal. $200. This is actually the best handling Traxxas kit that I've ever driven, with the exception of my rally car. My rally car, for some reason, drives really well. Really well. So, you know, that's why I was saying what the setup was with the black springs front and rear, the 35 weight oil in the front, 30 weight oil in the back, and the hot racing on the soft sway bars. That seems to be the hot ticket. I would talk about gearing on that car, but I don't remember what the gearing is or even what the KD of the motor was. But I'll tell you this Revo, this is a badass car. This is a badass truck. This thing is rad. It's not as fast as the Max. This guy, but it does handle quite a lot better. This Max is super fun, super hardy, super fast. It's a crazy blast, but it doesn't handle nearly as good as that Revo. But it is extremely hardy. I was at the Buddy Todd Park, and they've got some nice rolling hills where you can really just sky them out. And you know, you're not like high above the ground, but it's like 200. No, probably that's probably an exaggeration. You know, probably like 100 feet of airtime. And you know, I had a tree just full speed, right smack in the middle, drove away, no problem. So that Max is hardy. These Maxes are hardies. They're hardy. This is a hardy truck. It's very strong. You could not, well, you could probably break it. In fact, I've already broken it a couple times, but nothing real serious. Mostly it was like the neck will disassemble itself, and I just had to take it apart and then bolt it back together. What do we got here? Let me see. I can't see the comments. If it's the ESX and the motor goes out, you have Traxxas Power Up program. That's something no other company can touch. Yeah. And I actually have. What do I have here? Yeah. Wow. I have one of these. I made a little trade I traded a BL2S system out of my rally car for this Veil Neon motor. I have an ESC, a used ESC coming. So I'm going to be putting that on. Probably one of these rally cars because I probably will sell one or both of them. I will probably take the BL2S system out of the Mini Max, put that in one of the rally cars. So both rally cars will be on those, and I'll probably sell one of them. Maybe both of them. We'll see. Those don't get played with enough. And I'm thinking about selling this Max, although I really like having it. I like having the Mini Max, the Max, and that actually reminds me to bring up the last truck that I have to show you. Anyways, here's the little baby motor that I'm going to be putting in that Mini Max compared to the standard size motor. This is the Hobbywing Fusion 16. It is actually a crawler motor, so it has field orientation control and is about one of the smoothest running things you can imagine. You can put a little piece of tape on here, and without any gear, watch that thing go beep, about that speed. Just phenomenally smooth, slow, and extremely torquey. This little guy makes so much torque, it's freaking ridiculous. And then it's actually a 3,000 kV motor, so it's also not that slow. So a lot of people have been putting these in the Groms, the Arma Groms, and still doing about 15 miles an hour, which is plenty for, you know, little micro. I'm not trying to send it to the moon. Not yet. But who knows? Who knows what will happen in the near future? You know, they say good content isn't good for the cars. But that does bring me to the last thing that I've been playing with and working on. And it's been kind of my own pet project off the air. I think this is going to be its first kind of being shown on the air, other than if you guys happen to catch my 3D printing video where I actually designed and printed a GoPro mount for the front of it. Well, this was a heavy one. This was a workout. And this was my tax return. Not the whole thing, but you know, quite a bit of it. Oh my god. Yeah. This is an X-Max. It is about 35 pounds of goodness. And I have done quite a bit to this truck. It was originally the red, white, and blue, or red and blue. But lately I've just been all about orange for some reason. I don't know why. But my new favorite color has been orange lately. This truck is so heavy that I'm actually going to adjust the camera down so you guys can see it. Alright. And right now, yeah, I have it on the street tires from the TRX. I put the wide max suspension kit in it, the orange one. I put the RPM mud and axle shaft guards on it. This is the stock tire, by the way, the Trexus branded sledgehammer tire. These are belted, which it needs. This is an 8S truck. These TRX tires will expand like this. Wow, I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration to think. Just on a stock battery. But this thing is a freaking beast, and it is a freaking monster, and it will just fly. It just flies. It's fast, and it really just flies. And it is a freaking beast on 8S. And it also uses the clipless mounting system, which is super awesome. But yeah. And then I got it on these super duper heavy duty plugs. I did replug it The Traxxas plugs are just totally inadequate for any of these things. I mean, when I run it, yeah, I know this. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm an amateur. On YouTube. When I run it on these, and it takes 2 of these, that is a 10,000 milliamp hour Z LiPo 4S. That is a freaking huge pack, guys. To put that into perspective, if you guys are into touring car racing or drifting at all, and you guys use the shorty packs, this is the standard shorty pack, standard 2S pack that we run in most of our cars. Like this is what people use for off-road racing now. This excuse me. This is the pack that I run 2 of these in this truck. Oh my gosh. Look at that. There's like 4 of these in this battery pack. This is so gnarly. Look, this thing's as tall as that thing is wide, basically. But 10,000 milliamp, 120C. So let's do that math. That's fun math, right? That means that the discharge current that is safe to come out of this battery pack is 120 times the capacity. So 10,000 milliamps is 10 amps, right? 10 amp hours, is that right? Yeah, 10 amp hours. So what is that? Times 120. Yeah, that's right. It's like 1,200 amps. You need like 1,200 amps out of this thing. You can almost weld with this battery. There's just one of them. That being said, though, this truck is tough on spur gears, tough on pinion gears. I've already eaten 2 pinion gears on it. I tried to go to the mod 1.5 gears, and you know, a lot of people online are like, "Oh, just adjust the old school way with the paper and the stuff. Take the pins out because this motor makes so much torque that Traxxas decided to have a system with pins to adjust the gear mesh. So like if you put, you know, XY spur gear / pinion gear combo on there, there's a pin for it. You know, like an 18, I think I have in this truck now, a 45 spur gear and an 18 tooth pinion. So there's a slot, a hole that you put the pin in that corresponds to that gear, and it gives you the perfect mesh, and it keeps the motor from moving around. Well, when I switched it over to the mod 1.5 gears, which if they were right here in handy, I would show you. They you can't get the motor screws tight enough to actually keep the motor from moving around just from its own torque. I didn't even jump it. I was having all sorts of problems to the point that when I was tightening it down, it comes with these crazy hardened steel washers to protect the chassis from the bolt heads. They were actually sparking against it, and it was not enough to keep that motor from moving. So I was losing pinion gears. Not only would the pinion gear come loose, it was eating them because the gear mesh was all flunk, just really all wonk. But yeah, this is been my offline rig. I've been running this one just not on the show too much, but it's a good time. This thing is rad, bad to the bone. But I think I need to tighten up some screws in it. Everything seems to be loose. Well, anyways, that I think is about everything new going on with this channel. Everything kind of new going on with me. What's that? What are you guys up to? What have you guys been up to? What are you going working on out there? Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get back to all y'all. trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. I don't really think there is. I think we're about wrapped up. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask them. I'll give it a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to be signing off with here. It's been an hour. So that's fun. Let's see. Traxxas did just drop a new kit, the Funko Pro Scale Desert Buggy, which is actually based on the same X platform as the X Max and the XRT, but it's two-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive 8S, comes with paddle tires. It's a pretty cool truck. If I'll have to make a video. I'd like to get one, but they're actually like $1,300, so I'd have to sell the majority of my kits to afford that one this time. This guy was not cheap. This Traxxas, that was an $1,100 kit. But I sold a couple of RC cars and got my tax return and put away some money throughout the year to be able to afford this car. I buy all my own cars. You know, nothing is given to me from the channel. Occasionally I get a good deal on them, like the Revo. I like to buy them used. It's a good time to buy used RC cars and fix them up and flip them, preferably for profit. But if not, you know, there's a lot of value to enjoying things in life. So if I lose money, a little bit of money here and there, I really don't trip as long as I had a good time doing it. Or, you know, something else that's real nice is when you give somebody a car or give them a really good deal and you can see them, you know, gain value in their life. Like that's quite fulfilling. You know, I think that's worth it. So, you know, hobbies are fun, and I definitely recommend getting out there, being nice to each other. You know, hook each other up with good stuff. Be kind with each other. You know, like godly, I guess. You know, um, yeah. But that's about it, guys. I think I'm wrapped up here. I talked about all the kits that I got going on. Let me know in the comments one where you're checking in from, what you're working on. If you saw anything that you had any questions about that I just showed you, if you want to know any specifics on these. If I get enough requests on one or the other or something specific, I'll go out of my way to make a video specifically on that. And, you know, all right. So if you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit that little belly thing. Hit the subscribe button. Share it with your friends. I know that my channel's a little rough, but it's just like me. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a good weekend. Get out there, play, and hit me up. Hit me up if you're North County, San Diego. Maybe we can go play. Go play toy cars, boys. All right. Peace.